Alright guys, we will continue with the body, with the 3D sketch of the model, which I will show you what I mean by 3D sketch. But first I need to make a few little adjustments on the body, because I realized that some things are not exactly what I want them to be. And yeah, this is like this maybe a little bit up, this could go a little bit more like this, and yes, and from this view, let's remove this, we can make it so. Okay, just a little tiny adjustments here and there. Okay, it's pretty nice. And probably I would want to make him a little bit more broader in the shoulders, but let's leave that a little bit to when we make the low poly version, and we will make it now because we need to. So shift and disable everything else, enable only this, duplicate it, so both are enabled, and then we will make it with target polygon count like 5, which will make it around 30,000, I think. We'll see, I'm not super sure. Okay, let's see it. It's not bad. We have everything, we have fingers, so I think it's pretty nice. So let's save it and just start to project. So Control D, project all. Yes, this asked me if I want to project the polypaint. So Control D, project all project all. Yeah, sometimes I don't pronounce the words exactly like they has to be or have to be pronounced. Okay, this area is nice, pretty cool. Let's Control D one more time, make it to 800,000, and then project all, wait a little bit more, and yeah, you didn't see the waiting because I just skipped it, so it's fine. So here we do this. This is a little bit too much, I think, so we can make it a little bit less pronounced here without the RGB, because it's making it a little bit strange, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, here they will be covered, so it doesn't matter that much. Here, let's try to make this go down a few subdivisions, and then make this as good as possible here. Maybe even we'll want to disable the symmetry here, but we'll see. Let's go to the bottom of the subdivisions, and then let's show everything else. Remove this and the heads and the eyes. So yeah, and let's just easily just make him a little bit broader in the shoulders. This way he will look stronger, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Maybe a little bit more will be fine. Not like this, just okay. And from here we'll smooth this, we'll make it more rounder, so that's a rib cage there, and we have to take care of this. So we press X for disabling symmetry, and just make a little bit like random things here and there. We don't need those apps to look completely the same. So randomization, it's a cool thing. and always makes for a better model. Just a little bit different here, a little bit different there. You can see that this is getting pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not talking because I'm a little bit not frustrated, but I'm concentrated, which is not frustrated. Concentrated on this, and yeah, we should probably make this a little bit okay. And here in the middle we should make it so it's like this. Smooth it, and then here smooth it, and then we have this kind of not even transition here because we have muscle fibers and they are not exactly perfectly aligned, which is perfectly well, I think. Okay, we'll make it this a little bit bigger, and I think we are ready now to start the 3D sketch. So for the 3D sketch, we will first, what we'll do is delete the old body and leave only this what we made now. Yes. Then what we'll do is go to texture and import the whole model. Then we will load it as a spotlight and then put it here. This way we will be able to look at it at all times. The next thing we want to do is copy the body, duplicate it, go to a little bit lower subdivision, maybe this is good, and then make it gray. Fill. So now with a little bit of subdivision, with a little bit of symmetry, not subdivision. When you lose your touch, not touch, but the touch sensitivity on your tablet, sometimes ZBrush just lose it. Then you just go and Alt and Tab and Alt and Tab again, Alt and Tab again, and you will be able to recover it just like that. So it's a little bit of a bug. So I did that just because I was having these issues. So what happened? Oh yes, I just went to the other subtool. So I will smooth here the subtool which is gray, smooth it a little bit, and then probably we will get rid of those things. But for now, let's leave them and just make sure we have those straps. And those straps we will make separately and everything will be separately, but for now we want just for the silhouette, just for the sake of the silhouette, we want to do everything from one mesh, mostly. Some things will be different meshes, but mostly from one mesh, mostly fast and efficient, just to see where we are with this model and how we will be able to proceed. And here I will have to decide this will be on top of this. Those kind of things that if we make them now, they will save us a lot of work later. So let's do this thing here, there's a piece here, and yeah, this will be done separately with geometry and stuff, but for now we're just doing it for fun, not for fun, for fact. Okay, so next thing we want to do is apply this thing here. Where is it? It's a little below the chest, so maybe a little bit like here, and above it we'll delete it. Okay, and here we'll smooth and just make it like this. And this is just initial stage. So where will his belt area start? It will be like in this area here. It will be fat. It will go like this. Then we will have this kind of pants that will go to his knees probably. And for the pants we have to use some reference, but for now I'll just make them as good as I can, just with the clay brush and the clay buildup, or this is clay tubes, yeah, clay tubes also. It's nice. And after we have a good idea what we are doing, then we'll make it, but just for the silhouette I'm making this now. And the boots here, they'll probably start from here, go down like this, and they will have some folds, but not for now. This will go like this. Okay, here we'll have some little folds like this. Maybe here, maybe from here we'll have another ones going down like this. Something like this, but this is, like I said, preliminary. It's nothing to worry about too much. Just some random stuff, just to make you feel the thing. And the thing is that if you make it once, you'll be able to make it again even better. So it's a good thing that I'm now just adding some stuff where it needs to be, and later we'll just make it work. So the boots will be there. Let's see here. Here is the tricky part, because here we have a big shoulder, and I will try to make it as much as I can. The big shoulder is going around here, and around here. This is the one part, there's a second part, and there's a third part, and there's this. Okay, so first we will just make it like so, and like so. Then we'll push and pull and just make it, you know. It's nothing to worry about. We will never make it in like a few minutes. It will take a few hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours to make this preliminary 3D sketch face. But it's like I said, pretty important for me. I always do it for important models that I like to make them well. For some models I don't do it that much, but for important models I do it, and especially for models that I want a feedback on. So I do this sketch, I send it to a client, and I say, okay, tell me if you like the whole proportions, because that's the most important, and the elements compared to each other, how do you like them? And if the client is like happy and say, okay, I think this is pretty much the thing I want, then we are good to go and we have a green light. But sometimes, of course, we haven't catched completely the spirit of the model, and we have more work to do. But it's better to do it in this stage than to the other stage, because the other stage is very long, and it's a little bit trickier to redo the things there. So here it's nice. This particular thing will go, I will move it a little bit like this, so above the skin, above the body, and beyond. Okay, here also it will be the end of it. Then the other will go like this. probably around here. It's pretty long too. It will come here, and then I will make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and I'm working without symmetry, as you'll see, because we don't have symmetry of this shoulder. This shoulder is metal and completely different shape. Not completely, but different shape than the other. So that's one thing to consider. I will use those, by the way. Those things that I'm making now, I'll probably use them for the real high poly that I will do. Just use the shape and remake them in separate meshes and stuff. Probably that's how we will do it, but we'll see. Let's just make the 3D sketch. It's pretty important, like I said already. I always said that. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows. Most of the time I'm not wrong, but sometimes, of course, like most humans, I am wrong. So yeah, biceps, and then you have some material. Oh, we'll make it. Let's just try to fix it. Also, this is going here, but it's it's a little bit more like this, and this goes here. Yeah, it requires very much not time, but you have to look at the model and you have to feel where you have to put the things so they will look like the concept. Of course, we cannot make it exactly as the concept, except if we have a lot of patience and a lot of time, which never is the case in my case, because even for my personal works, I like to make the things a little bit more artistic for me. And even if I'm making some concept that I like, from ArtStation for example, I choose a concept and I do it in 3D, I like to put something from myself. I like to do it because I like the concept, but sometimes there are just things that I do and I like them better than the original thing. And yeah, and hopefully the guys that own the concepts, they will forgive me for this, but they most of the time did, because you know, I did this just for fun and I don't sell them or something most of the time. Okay, and this thing, the last bit, it's almost the last, but yeah, the last bit, it will come from here. As you can see, it's a little strange. This is here and this comes from here, but that's the way it is, so it's normal for us. We'll have to just deal with it. And since we have it now, it's very easy to change it. When we have it, it's easier to change it than when we don't have it, of course. That's pretty obvious, but who knows. And then we'll make this leather part here, and it will come from this direction. Come, not come. It will come from this direction. And this I will push, so we will see the mighty biceps. The mighty biceps. Alright. And that's basically how we do everything. This is easy. You can see for 10 minutes we already have some little bit of a silhouette, and we will of course modify it and fix it until we have something that we are proud of. Masking things, because I want to push this a little bit further down up, because the width of this is almost the width of this, and this is shorter, but this I have made it a little bit wider, so I will push it, and then this will go up a bit, and then hopefully this leather will go down almost to the skin level here, but not exactly, because it's also making kind of a silhouette here. So yeah, I will explain what I'm doing on the way, what my thoughts are on this, and this will be a very fun phase in our model. The next phase basically is making everything from scratch, every piece of armor and gear on his, and the swords will be very much fun, but the gear and the armor, I don't think that it's so much joy, but you will see how it's done, and it will be very much useful for you. So that's that. And yeah, from this direction I'm trying to make it look logical. Alright, these are a little bit bigger differences, so let's try to see it. Okay. Okay, I can't imagine it quite, but I will mask here and then push this down a bit, so it will make a bigger difference there, and then I will go with the down standard brush and just fill it here, so we'll have, you know, bigger steps. And I will do the same for the others, but that will be in the next video, of course.